Feels good to be back. Hi everyone, I'm Jolema from Scented Moments YouTube channel, where I help you to discover the amazing world of perfumery. So in this video, I want to give to you the highlights, my highlights of course, of Esxence, the big perfume event that occurs every year at Milan, Italy, and it was my first year at Esxence, so yeah, I felt like a kid in Disneyland, and it was amazing. It was an amazing experience. It was overwhelming because you had there over 300 perfume brands. So yeah, it's a massive event, and it's impossible really to discover every single brand, because every brand have, lots of fragrances to discover, and there's a lot of perfume in the air, lots of people going running around. So it's a bit impossible to discover all the brands, but I did my best to explore the max, and it was an amazing experience. Again, to talk about with the people, with the faces, to see the faces behind the brand, some brands that I already knew and that I love, and to discover new and more hidden gem, niche and indie brands. So, and I have here, and this is the video where I want just to share with you some brands that I loved to discover. I have the discovery sets here. There are a couple of brands that I don't have, a bit more more than a couple brands that I also love to discover, but unfortunately they did not have any discovery set to give, because there were a lot of people there. I can't stress that enough, especially in the third and fourth day when it was open to the general public. But still, it was an amazing experience. Can't stress that enough. And also, it was great to meet the fragrance community, the people behind each YouTube channel. We have, and I see and I follow some big YouTubers, and it was so nice to meet them in person. It's a completely different experience. You feel more closer. We feel more closer to each other, and we really feel. I think it was a time where I felt like a community. We had a community. And it was so nice to talk about with everyone and to meet them in person again. It was really great, and it was fantastic. I left Milan with my heart full, really. My heart and nose full. So yes, again, I really want to repeat this experience next year, definitely, because I want to discover more brands. It was impossible again to discover everything within only 4 days. So yeah, but it was amazing. So yeah, I'm really happy, and as you can see. So yeah, what I will do now is, like I said before, I will just talk about briefly about each brand that I really love to discover, because then I will dedicate a video just for each brand, for each discovery set. And I have here also for the brands that unfortunately they just provided me a couple of samples. I will record, my next video will be about 2 samples of Hubini. I love to discover Hubini. I love to discover Nisaba, which is a new niche brand based in Switzerland. And they have 6 fragrances in their collection, and it was so nice to talk about the founders of the brand. It's a couple, and it was so lovely. So they have 6 fragrances in their collection. They are all based, like the mentality and the scope of this brand is based in sustainability, and I think they really pull that off really well. Like all the fragrances, the presentation is very minimalistic, but it's also very elegant, very pretty. So yes, and I loved quite a few fragrances from their collection, and I have again 2 samples because they already did not have the discovery set to offer. So, but still, I will still purchase their discovery set because it's 30 euros, so it will not break the bank. And overall, the price tag of each fragrance for 100 ml is 160 euros. So again, it's quite decent, especially for the quality. So yeah, it was a brand that I really like to discover. Another brand was Atelier de, and I was very curious to try the fragrances from this brand because of Sebastian. Actually, Sebastian was one of the YouTubers that I had the opportunity to meet personally, and we had like a fantastic chat. I mean, I think we could have been still chatting right now, and just to talk about perfume. It was so nice and so smooth. I mean, what a great conversation we had, and he's one of my favorite YouTubers. I mean, since he had 5,000 subscribers. So yeah, I'm almost an OG subscriber of his channel, and I always followed him. And yeah, like it's thanks to him that I knew about Atelier de, and wow, amazing. First of all, I love their bottle presentation. It's like the blue with this ceramic cap, like circle cap. I mean, very nice presentation, and their fragrances are great. I have here 2 samples, which was the 2 that I love the most. One is Cacao Porcelain, and the other one is Santal Blonde, which of course it's sandalwood. The other one is more gourmandish, but it's fantastic. These 2 fragrances are great, and even the other fragrances, because I think they also have like either 6 or 8 fragrances in their portfolio, so they don't have that much, and I think they are around already for quite some time. So yeah, it was really nice to explore overall. Their fragrances come across as a nice quality, great quality fragrances. So yeah, it was really nice to discover their fragrances. And of course, Comporta Perfumes, it's also a highlight for me. It was great to be with Pedro Simões, which is the founder of Comporta Perfumes. Comporta Perfumes, if you are not aware, it's a Portuguese niche brand. So Portuguese here to represent. And I have 4 fragrances from their portfolio. I mean, I really liked this fragrance brand, and I want to support this brand, of course, but not just because they are Portuguese. It's really just because it's because the fragrances are come across as high quality, and they have their uniqueness, and it's a very well put together brand with well-known perfumeurs. And he also mentions, like Frederic Mal does, like he mentions the name of the perfumeur in each fragrance. So it's a really nice touch. They now release a new one called Will, and it was really nice displayed. I mean, with this block of ice, and the fragrance was on top. So it was a really unique display there, and the fragrance is called Will, and it's fantastic. I have the sample, which I will also talk about on my next video, and yeah, I'm very excited about that fragrance. I mean, it's quite good, especially for the summertime. Now, another brand, before I dive into the discovery sets that I have here, another brand that unfortunately they did not have the discovery set, but I think they are based in Switzerland, also called Pernoir. Wow, their fragrances are fantastic. They currently have 6 fragrances in their portfolio, and all of them, this is like an artistic experimental niche brand, but it works. I mean, it was founded by young people that just love perfume, and man, they did a fantastic job. Really, I have 2 samples from their collection. Of course, 2 of my favorites, but it was really hard to choose a favorite because they are that good. They are all very rich, intense, but very unique, very artistic, but wearable at the same time. So yeah, I'm very excited to talk about that brand also. So now let's dive into the discovery sets that I have here. These, of course, are some other highlights of the event. So the first brand that it was really a pleasure to discover, it was Anfash by Asim Al Qasim. So Anfash is, of course, an Arabian brand, a luxury Arabian brand. This is their discovery set with 8 fragrances. Each one sample is a 2 ml size, and it's quite nice. I think I will just show you also. So this is how the samples are displayed. Very nice brand here. There are three, actually four, four fragrances here that I absolutely love. Now, three of them definitely full bottle worthy. The other one I still didn't decide, so I really need to experience more. But I really want to record a video and to explore with you guys Anfas, because I think it's a brand that it's worth exploring. And is this also just to tell you that the best way to discover a brand is by having their discovery set. And then you will see like what fragrance resonates more with you, what fragrances do you prefer the most, instead of just, blind buying a full bottle, and that chances are that you will not even enjoy. So always go with the discovery set first, and you will discover by yourself. And it's fun. It's the best way to explore the brand, and it's fun. It's a really nice experience. So Anfas here, it was really pleasant. I had the opportunity actually to talk with Asim Al-Qasim, and he actually was the first certificate Emirate Parfumeur, and he is he's so passionate about fragrances. So it was like I was just chatting with a fragrance lover like I am, So it was really nice. Great brand here, Anfas. The other one that I will definitely want to explore more, and I will record a video about it, is Manos Garakinis. So this is a Greek brand. I had the opportunity to talk with Manos Garakinis in person. Such a pleasant talk. It was really nice chat. And also I heard about him through Sebastian from the Perfume Guy. And he was always talking about Immortel right here. And it's amazing. Yeah, it's really amazing. The other one that I really loved, it was Esxence. This one right here, which I think it's like one of his, or if not his latest release. It's also like a sensual, gourmandish scent. It's so freaking good. But overall, really nice brand. That it was really a pleasure to discover. The other brand that for me was a huge highlight, it was Violi, or previously known as Meizum Violi. Yeah, I have the entire collection here sampled. I knew about this brand through Sebastian from the Perfume Guy. Sorry about this. This was almost following the sample. And so, yeah, he really talks very highly about this brand, and I was very curious, of course, to try. And yeah, I understand why. This is like fine French perfumery done to the modern days. For me, it was the best way to describe this brand when I was in their booth, and it still is. Oh man, their fragrances are really traditional, typical, elegant, transparent French perfumes, but they have a couple of them a bit more intense and more full-bodied. But overall, it's a fantastic brand. So good that I have 5 fragrances in my wish list that I think are full bottle worthy. So yeah, but we will talk about that later, like in a dedicated video for this house, because it's really worth it. This house overall, Violi, is fantastic. And actually the price tag of each fragrance is 155 euros for a 75 ml, which is, the only size that they have. Not bad, in my opinion, especially for the quality and for the uniqueness of this brand. So yes, it was a fantastic discovery here. The other brands that for me was amazing to discover, and this one was completely blind. I just saw like just 4 fragrances at their hub, and I was like, okay, let's see, because usually you will have like a brand with more than 6, 7, 8 whatever perfumes, and then you have this brand with just 4. So it got me curious. And so the house is an Italian niche brand, and it's called Hubini. So this is like a display of their fragrances here, with the history of like the story of each fragrance and the note breakdown. and it was really nice to talk with the founder of the brand. So I have here the 4 samples. Now bear in mind, this came in a box, and it was not just like this, you know, but because I had my luggage full, I mean, it was really impossible to have like a box with these 4 samples. But still, what matters is the samples themselves inside this nice bag. I mean, I already opened, as you can see, because I was very curious already to try them. So these will not be like exactly first impressions. Actually, almost none of these will be true first impressions, because I already tried them either at the event or after, because I was just that curious. But 4 fragrances from Hubini, I mean, fantastic. I love the 4 of them. All of them quite unique, great quality. I mean, I was very impressed with the quality of each fragrance. And this brand is already around, I mean, I think it's already for, I would say, at least 7 years. And they just have 4 fragrances. I mean, it just shows how they think. I mean, they really want to take their time, how it should be. Actually, it's really how it should be. They really want to take the time to experience, to try each fragrance before they officially release. I mean, it's a really well put together, well thought brand overall, and their fragrances are amazing. They have one that it's a floral green, another one which is like a more smoky, leathery, woody fragrance, another one which is like Palo Santo with incense and sandalwood. I mean, amazing. Overall, this brand was amazing. It was a pleasure to discover these fragrances, and again, all of 4 of them are full bottle worthy for me, in my opinion. So yeah, Hubini, have your 4 samples. Can't wait. I'm very excited to dedicate a video to this house. The other brand that for me was really a nice, pleasant surprise, but more than that was the experience itself. So the brand is Lawcast Parfum, which I already heard, and I already saw some posts here and there on Instagram about Lawcast fragrances. And basically this brand is about, they want to connect fragrance with music, and so they dedicate a music, or let's say a fragrance, they dedicate a fragrance to a specific music. And so what they do is, when I was in their hub, they will put you like the headsets, and they will put you a music which the specific fragrance would represent. And it was spot on. I mean, the experience itself was spot on. You were really involved, like in the mood, and you had all the image and the mood itself, the vibe. You could feel everything, like all the senses were feeling. And for me, I loved that experience itself. And their fragrances are really nice put together. Love the bottle presentation as well. It was really a pleasure. And yes, I really want to talk about these fragrances in a dedicated video as well. Of course, this is their sample set. So yeah, Lawcast, it was really a fantastic experience at Esxence. Another brand that for me was a pleasant surprise, and for me what was really catchy was their hub. I mean, their hub, it was so pretty, so beautiful. I mean, it was really one of the most beautiful, if not the most beautiful hub. And this brand is Carne Barcelona. And so they have a lot of fragrances in their collections, in their portfolio, because they have 3 collections. So they have here, this is the one of the discovery sets. They have the White Essentials, Unique, and Papa Verum. So you can see here in the back. So this is one of their discovery sets. This has like 6 samples, all of them 10 ml. So these are pretty much like travel optimizers, not really samples. But yeah, great presentation overall. A really nice box here. So I'll just show you really quickly. I mean, this is really hard cardboard box it has like a leathery touch, and then it opens like so. Beautiful. I really liked these fragrances, and I really like to discover this brand. This, of course, as you can see, like by the image and that they transmit, They are mostly more fresh, pretty, transparent fragrances, but they have quite a few more intense, gourmandish, oriental fragrances. So, but overall, it was really a very pleasant experience. Jardin de Parfum, I really want to also to dedicate a video because it's worth it. Really like to discover this brand. The other one, also a pleasant surprise, and it was completely blind as well, because I always saw so many people like at their hub that, well, it got me curious. And the fragrance brand is Toba. This is a niche brand located in Hong Kong, and yeah, they have like maybe 8 fragrances, I would say 7, 8 fragrances in their collection. So this is their discovery set, and this contains 6 perfumes from their collection. Now I'm not sure if it's only 6 fragrances that they have or 8. Now I'm not sure, but nonetheless, very nice brand. Like, they have, of course, they're clean, more airy, transparent fragrances, but they also have quite a few bit more intense. I loved their incense. I loved they have like an oriental woody fragrance that it's really great. So yeah, I really want to dedicate also a video about Toba, and maybe it's a brand that and it's definitely a brand that I highly recommend you to explore. So Toba from Hong Kong, I mean, very pleasant surprise here. Another brand that it was amazing to discover. It was Argentum. I mean, beautiful box here, beautiful. So Argentum is a niche brand located in London, not London, but definitely UK, but not London. I'm forgetting the city. But Argentum, actually, they started as a skincare brand, and they still have skincare products. But now they have 12 fragrances, all of them inspired by an archetype, and each archetype, of course, is based on the 4 elements of the earth. So the fire, the air, the water, and the earth. So it was such an amazing experience also. And this brand, they don't use alcohol, and so when you spray their fragrances, it's like you have this white creamy texture that you can scrub, because it really feels like almost a cream, like an oil, but it will not ruin the fragrance. So it was really nice. And actually, the fragrance, the specific fragrance that I had, it was like a myrrh and incense. Wow, glorious, and it lasted the entire day. So I'm very excited to talk about this brand overall. I mean, I was really pleasantly surprised. And also the bottles are all black. I think the size is 70 ml, if I'm not mistaken. It's definitely not 100 ml. I don't know if it says here, but no. So here each sample is a 2 ml sample size, so decent size to discover. Argentum, I mean, wow, amazing brand right here. The other brand, this brand was also fantastic to discover. It's from Romania. It's called Toscova, and I have here in this bag all the samples from his collection. Again, this came in a bigger box, a really nice box, but well, because of the luggage, I really needed to sacrifice the box. But what matters is what it's inside this bag of goods. So yeah, this has all the samples from the collection, and it's very unique. This is an indie brand, very artistic, very unique. And actually, if you go on Fragrantica and you write Toscova, you will see their fragrances, and when you will see the note pyramid of each one, I mean, you will see it's very unique. You have one that it's like credit card, cord, holy water, poison, literally. So, and it was really nice to discover this brand, and because it works. I mean, some fragrances really are very artistic, very hard to pull off, but others are really nice and very wearable. So it was really pleasant surprise here. really great chat that I had with the founder, and he's also a self-taught perfumeur, and he did a great job here, I have to say. Great job with this brand. So yeah, also very excited to talk about this specific brand just in a dedicated video. The other brand, this is a small Italian niche brand called Genie. I think it's Genie or Genie. I think it's Genie. Genie Parfum. And this is also an experimental but wearable niche brand, let's say. So they have quite a few fragrances in their collection. I mean, I think it's like 8 or 10 fragrances from their collection, and I know that it's all of them are here, like all the fragrances from the collection are here in samples. So, and man, I loved quite a few of them actually. So yes, very excited to talk about this brand specifically. This was also like blind. I just got curious because of their bottle presentation. It's that dark, kind of reminds me a bit of Beaufort, but bigger and like in a different shape. But yeah, all of them are black with that sticker, and that itself really caught the attention. But then the fragrances themselves, oh man, amazing experience. So yes, Genie Parfum, Genie or Genie. Oh, I'm so sorry if I'm butchering the name, but Genie, I will call him Genie Parfum. Really nice discovery. Another Italian brand that for me was a very pleasant surprise. It was Nasus Taormina. I mean, just look at this beautiful presentation, like the beautiful logo, the beautiful design. So Nasus is an Italian store actually. I think it's located in Sicily, if I'm not mistaken, but definitely in the south of Italy, and they have like quite a few fragrances from their own creation, let's say. And yeah, I have here this is their discovery set. What a surprise it was. So pleasant. They have I would say maybe 10 fragrances in their collection. Like all of them have this natural feeling to them, like they have a lot of citruses, orange blossom, fig, but so natural smelling, so transparent, so good. And also they will not break the bank because they are all 100 ml. Each one costs 75 euros. Amazing bang for your buck and high quality scents. Definitely, I would say. Nasus Taormina, really pleasant surprise here. The other one that it was actually really nice, it was also really nice. It was Lorenzo Pazalia, this one right here. And so this is the discovery set from the brand. They have a lot of fragrances, as you can see here. I mean, lots. And it was very hard because I really wanted to explore this brand because I saw quite a few posts on Instagram before, yeah, it got me curious. But their hub was always packed, but like packed to the max, so it was impossible even to cross it and to experience any fragrance actually. So luckily, in the last day, there was a subscriber of this channel, and if you're seeing this video, you know who you are. And it was amazing. Like, he recognizes me, he took me to this brand because he knows the people from this brand, and when he introduced me, they already knew me, like because they followed my channel, and it was amazing. Like, it was really fantastic. We were just chatting, and then they showed me the fragrances. It was amazing. And there are quite actually like a couple that are definitely full bottle worthy. I was really like, wow, in love immediately because I tried them on my skin, and whoa, amazing. So this is a brand that I really want to talk about also, Lorenzo Pazalia. And the other one, although this one doesn't really need introduction because this is a very well-known, or at least it's a well-known niche brand, it's Atelier des Parfum. Now, of course, I already knew this brand, and I already knew a couple of the fragrances like Iris Fauve and Bois Sicard, but they already have new fragrances, new for me, because they have the extrait version, an extrait de parfum of Lune Féline. They have an extrait de parfum of the rose fragrance, and they have also a couple of also new releases. But yes, and it was so nice to talk with the people of Atelier des Ors, and they provided me this sample set of 6 fragrances. One of them is Lune Féline Extrait, which I tried on my skin and it was glorious. I absolutely loved that one. So yes, it was really nice to discover the brand overall more in more detail, and also to talk with the people behind the brand. So it was really nice. Atelier des Ors, it was also a nice surprise, and yes, I can't wait to talk about this discovery set specifically. And last but definitely not least, this is also a fragrance that it's not new for me, because well, actually this brand I have a very close connection with, because it was a brand that started my niche journey, and the brand is called Carne Barcelona. So this is their discovery set, their top 10 best sellers from their collection, and they also were very kind to provide their newest release, Revolution, and very curious to try this one, because when I tried briefly on the testers on paper, but I was already asthmatic. I was not able to smell anything. So yes, I really want to take my time to explore this fragrance in more peacefully, and I also want to talk about this discovery set right here. I mean, I'm well familiarized with this brand, because I already have like 5 or 6 fragrances from their collection. So I mean, yes, it was not news, but it was nice to meet the people behind the brand. And last but definitely not least, I want to highlight the brand which was not at the event, but actually before that I want to mention Meo Fuccioni, or Meo Fuccini. I really don't know how to pronounce the last name. Is it Fuccini or Fuccioni? Because they did not have any discovery set, and they were not selling any discovery set. No, neither they were selling any fragrance actually, which was a shame. But I loved, wow, Meo Fuccini / Fuccioni, wow. Odor 63, Little Song, Sogne, which is his latest release. Masterpieces, absolute masterpieces. It was just a shame that they did not have any discovery set, but wow, he's right. And I already have like 2, the Little Song and Odor 63 on my wish list, like immediately, because it's that good. One is one of the best super rose fragrances that I ever smelled. The other one is a coffee scent, like floral, and with a bit of a gourmand warm quality that it's to die for. I mean, and his fragrances are experimental, very niche, very unique, but wearable. Amazing brand, really amazing brand. So of course I wanted to also highlight Meo Fuccini / Meo Fuccioni. I'm so sorry, but now I want to talk about the brand that it was not at the event, but they have a store, boutique store in Milan, and the brand is Fuegia. This is a discovery set of 5 perfumes actually, and it's 5 ml, and their store alone is overwhelming. Like, they have so many fragrances, and also they have an oud collection that it's to die for. But it's a fantastic experience. I mean, you really need to experience this once in your life. I mean, to go at their store, it's an experience in itself, and it's all of their fragrances are high quality. I mean, I could say, okay, this might not be for me, might not work for me. Maybe it's because of too floral, too powdery or something, but you can't deny the quality. It's amazing. I mean, this fragrance for me, it's already one of the best discoveries of this year. Fuegia. It's a brand from Argentina, and their fragrances actually are quite expensive. I mean, the price for 50 ml, it's like 200 and something, 260 or something like that. I mean, it is expensive, and the 100 ml can go to 600 euros. Yeah, it's expensive, and they're a wood fragrance, then I will not even go there. But the quality is undeniable again. So I have here five, I think it's five, now I will see. I think it's 5 perfumes. Yes, so you can see here 5 ml, 5 perfumes here that I chose myself. It was the ones that really, wow, it was a highlight for me. But then they were very kind to give me the entire discovery set, let's say the entire collection sampled here. So yeah, they were really kind, and I'm very excited to talk about this brand, like in a dedicated video. Very underrated. I mean, I never heard about this brand before, so it was really nice to discover myself. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments down below if you already are familiarized with any of these brands, and if you have like a favorite of any of these brands, a favorite fragrance. So I would love to hear that. Tell me also in the comments down below if you were able to go to Esxence or not, and if you were able to go, what was your experience, or if you did not, if you were not able to attend this year, but if you already went in the previous year or years. Like, also, I would love to hear your experience. And guys, see you in the next video. And there is a lot of content that is coming. And actually, I have already like some videos that I recorded before going to Esxence, actually. So also stay tuned for that. I mean, there's a lot of content coming out, definitely. Stay tuned for that, guys. See you in the next video. Take care. Ciao.